gentlemen, and welcome to Sweetie, the home of the Roos. Tonight's game features the UTRGV Vaqueros and Kansas City's only Division I team, your UMKC Kangaroos. This time we invite you to please stand and honor America with the singing of our national anthem by the Choir of Hope Lutheran Church.
Welcome to Swanee Rec on the campus of UMKC, everyone, on the Roos Network. And tonight, it's the top two teams at taking the ball away in the WAC. It's UTRGV and UMKC. Hi again, everybody. Neil Harwell tonight with Damon Bethea from Michigan State, a Spartan, and the all-time Roos leading scorer, Michael Watson. Great to have you with us tonight here on the Roos Network. All right, Damon. We're going down the stretch now in the season. What's in it tonight for UTRGV?
Well, for UTRGV, excuse me.
You got it.
So for them, tongue twister. For them, they need to keep progressing upward because they've already got 5 road wins, a school record in the WAC right now for them. They're going to continue to try to play better basketball as we get ready for the conference championships out in Las Vegas.
That's right, and we go down the stretch for the Roos, Michael. They played very well here at home, had a rough night the other night against New Mexico State, but this is a good opportunity tonight.
Yeah, they took a thumping the other night, but it's no better way than to end the season at home than with the win. Getting ready for conference tournament time, you want to get the momentum built up where you get an opportunity to go out there and play in Vegas. All you need to win is 3, so that's what it's about.
All right, Damon, these two teams like to get up and down, and there's one guy, and that is Javon Levi. It's one of the top steal guys in the country.
Yeah, Javon Levi, he's second in the nation in steals and first in the WAC. But what he did last game was even more impressive. A double-double, having 11 points and 10 rebounds against Chicago State.
He's a tough one. He'll be one to handle for the Roos. And one guy that might get in on the defensive end is Brandon McKissick, another sophomore.
Yeah, we call him B-Mac out of Ferguson, Missouri here. He's the engine alongside Xavier Bishop for UMKC that really gets those guys going, not only with offensive ability, averaging nearly 11 points a game, but his defense is one of the best that we have for the Kangaroos, often guarding the 1 to the even 4 for the opposing team.
Well, this is great tonight. We got a cast of thousands. We have Bob Fesco with us tonight on the sideline. Bob, take it away.
Well, guys, we're going to have a lot of fun here tonight at Swinney because if you like 94 feet of basketball, you're going to see it tonight. As you guys mentioned, steals are going to be the name of the game. UMKC and Rio Grande, one of the tops in the nation, top 2 in the WAC in taking the ball away. In fact, UMKC is so good, they're just 1-4 on the season when they don't take the ball away more than their opponent. So we're going to see a battle of steals. And behind me, you can hear the crowd going nuts for Alir Leak. It's senior night for him. The final night he'll play a game here as a member of the UMKC Roos. Top 4 in games played at UMKC, guys.
All right, great to have you with us tonight, Bob, and we'll look forward to your comments as we go on tonight. UMKC basketball is brought to you by Adidas, the official apparel provider for the UMKC Athletics Department. By Highland Dairy, low-fat chocolate milk is the natural way to refuel after a workout. It's time to rethink your recovery drink. Learn more at highlanddairy.com/chocolate. By Cupini's, the official pregame meal provider for UMKC Athletics. Visit the Italian restaurant in Westport or go to cupinis.com. And by Coca-Cola, the official beverage provider to UMKC. So, guys, we get ready to go tonight. We talked about Levi, Damon, but there's some other guys out there that are tough for this UTRGV team. They come in 8-6 in conference play. Who else are you looking out for tonight over there?
Well, you want to look at Terry Wynn III, Leslie Varner. He's having a great year, too. You know, he's averaging about close to 11. Terry Wynn's at about 12. Then you've got Jordan Jackson, and obviously you got Tyson Smith, too. So pretty balanced team there with UTRGV.
They come off a nice win the other night at Chicago State, 82-77. They won that game. They shot 54%. BMAC is getting ready to go. There's head coach Lou Hill in his 3rd season, and they've gotten better every season under Coach Hill, Damon. And now 17-14 on the season, but they've gone from 10 wins to 15 to now 17.
Yeah, they're trending up, and it's a good thing for UTRGV that they were able to do that right now.
So UMKC has it on offense first. This is Brandon McKissick. As we said, both teams, a lot of pressure. Here's Leak, and that's a 3 on senior night.
Started off already on senior night. Best feeling in the world.
Well, you can't script that a whole lot better than that.
No, you can't.
Got his family and friends looking on here tonight, and Alir Leak busts a 3 to start this game.
You're Alir Leak. You got to come out senior night. You got to let the guns go.
And he let that gun go. Here's UTRGV taking it all the way down to 5 on the shot clock. Jackson is there for the offensive rebound. A foul inside on Marvin Nesbitt.
Yeah, anytime you're able to get an offensive rebound, you're able to go back up and try to finish strong. Jackson giving himself an opportunity to get 2 from the line and get himself going here tonight.
So Jordan Jackson, 6'3", 180, the junior from Houston, Texas. And he is the son of WNBA legend Cheryl Swoops.
Wow.
So that's a little bit right there, huh?
She's a Hall of Famer, man. He doesn't have the most game in his house. That's for sure.
You just made that call, right?
I just made that call. I know that for sure. Cheryl Swoops.
Well, he had a big game against the Roos last time they played with 22 points to lead the way. Roos have the rebound on the missed free throw.
Yeah, that's 2 offensive rebounds already for UTRGV.
Well, both teams match up well against each other. Both athletes on the perimeter, and both have shorter post players, but athletic as well.
Going to the rim off the glass, no on that shot by Wynn, and here comes Kansas City out of the pack. Xavier Bishop off to Nesbitt, and now McKissick. BMAC is getting a piece of the lane here. It looked like he was going to take it all the way in, but they back it out to Whitfield.
Now Whitfield, one of the players who can get his shot. He can get his shot off so quick.
I mean, I saw a little James Harden tickle back with the feet that time. Did I not?
Yeah, yeah, he slid them puppies back.
Yeah, okay.
He slid them back.
On the move, this is Levi, and X tied him up. That's a jump ball.
You know, right now it's great defense actually by both teams. You know, with the stops right now, it's hard to get into here, hard to penetrate right now.
And there's Coach Kareem Richardson in his 6th season here at UMKC. They played very well here at home. They've won 8 games at Swinney. Michael, do you need that jacket that he's got on tonight?
Man, I need all his jackets. I need his tailor, whoever it is, man. He be looking clean, boy.
So Kansas City with the 3-0 lead. X putting them in the blender, but had it stolen from behind. That's what they do.
That's what they do. Creates 18 turnovers a game.
So in the lane, this is Varner off the glass and scoring.
And you see UTRGV picking up full court, little token press, but then they fall back to a man-to-man.
Yeah, Varner with that little push shot, is almost he lost control of that, and he was able to finish through. That's just a little bit of a hand shot there.
So a 1-point game. Here's Marvin Nesbitt Jr. off to Xavier Bishop, the number 4 scorer in the conference at 16 a game.
Oh, yeah.
BMAC inside and scoring.
I'm a grown man move. That's what that was right there.
That was a straight up just turn on you in the post and do what I want to do to you.
That's right.
Here's Wynn, the transfer from UTEP. Jackson back to Wynn.
Spacing is critical right now for both of these teams because they know each other. And
that's a foul. That time on a little leak. Let's look back at that McKissick bucket.
Well, most guards don't post up at the D1 level, especially when you're 6'2". But right there, BMAC, great job of spinning baseline, coming to a stop, and then powering up for the score.
Pretty solid. He's shooting 46%.
Yeah, he gave him that Bo Kimball move down
there.
That's what he gave him. Bo Kimball
I know who that is.
Oh, yeah.
I know who Bo Kimball is.
What'd you call Michael, the baby face of the group?
He still got a baby face.
But he remembered Bo Kimball.
I know who Bo Kimball is.
Hey, man, he's got YouTube, man. You know that's
Here comes McKissick across the timeline here, and 5-4 is your score with UMKC on top.
You know, both of these teams are trying to cut down the floor and keep it at a third, keep them on 1/3 of the floor so that they have to play offense through there. But that was just great ball movement right here.
Inside, a Lear Leak with the bucket.
But that was just great ball movement by UMKC. BMAC going baseline. Open 3. That's good. Can't leave him open.
And knocking that one home.
That was just a defensive breakdown right there. But back what Mike was saying is about ball movement tonight and breaking down the team because both of these teams know each other well.
Yeah, right back ain't cheating. We'll take it. BMAC going coast to coast.
BMAC's got his second hoop here, and UMKC on top. And there's UMKC with the active hands coming up with a steal.
Yeah, Levi got a little taste of his own medicine. They stripped him.
Inside of Lear Leak, who's going to town tonight, but you better not bring the ball down.
Yeah, you cannot against these guys.
Levi is around. That's his world down there when you bring it. Here goes McKissick to the rim.
Let's get these buckets.
Yeah.
Good.
Right now, UMKC really attacking the basket and taking advantage of that baseline right now. If UTRGV doesn't handle that baseline, they're going to be in trouble.
Oh, man.
Tyson Smith with the 3. He's made the 10th most threes in the conference this season. That's number 57, the transfer from Loyola Chicago. And was a part of that team that made it to the Final Four before transferring here. He's a graduate student. And there's a steal out front by Jackson. Oh, my goodness! Right down central.
What? His mom could jump, but I don't know if she could jump like that.
I don't think there's any of that.
He took off like a long jumper on that.
Yeah, he took off like old Michael Conley Sr. in the Hoop Fest dunk contest.
Man.
Here's Smith out high. And up top to Jackson. Levi had it stripped from behind by X, and there's timeout on the floor. 14:25 left. How about this one, Damon?
Oh, Jackson gets the steal, what they do best, and look at that. That's just gliding. I can only hope to do that in my dreams these days.
Well, especially now. Let's go over to Bob. Bob Fesco, take it away.
Well, as we mentioned, guys, at the start of the game, Amir Leak's senior night here at UMKC. He's one of 20-plus brothers and sisters from their family, and one of them is here tonight with us. Dang Leak is here with us, and how cool is it to watch your brother tonight in his final home game?
It's pretty special just to see him, how much he grew in the game, shooting threes and making layups, things like that. So it's great. It's really, really special.
You've been yelling a couple of times you wanted to see the alley-oop. Do the alley-oop to him. You think we'll get to see that tonight?
Yeah, I'm trying to see some couple dunks, but he probably throw a couple things in there. Yeah.
Of all of your brothers and sisters, 4 of you guys played at the D1 level, man. That's pretty impressive. 4 brothers playing at the Division I level. You played at Southern Illinois University, and you were talking to me about how much you miss college basketball, especially at this time of the year, being March and everything. What are you missing most about it?
I miss the atmosphere, the fan, and just the atmosphere and being part of the game, a part of the good community things.
You've got a chance to watch your brother. Obviously, growing up, probably played him against him a little bit. Who wins the one-on-one battle, you or Amir?
I would say it's going to be a tie. It's going to be a tie because we're competitive. We like to. He might get me in threes, things like that. So yeah.
Guys, he's a little bit taller than I am, and his brother's having a pretty good game. His best game of the year came earlier this season against Rio Grande when he scored 8 points. So Amir knows how to play against these guys.
All right, Bob, thank you. And it's great to see all the friends and family of Amir Leak here tonight. And he started off hitting the big 3. He got the 2 inside, so you never know. We might see that alley-oop, Michael.
That's
you
right.
never know.
You got to get it off on senior night. I mean, you gotta get at least 5 shots up in the first half. It's just customary on senior night.
Hey, Damon, I'm not sure you ever saw Michael play, but he got 5 shots up in the first 2 minutes.
That's right.
Every game.
If Coach told him he had the green light, no speed bump, you better take advantage of it, Michael.
The go-go green light.
There's the rebound, Dixon. Michael scored about 2,500 points in his career. And what's your motto, Michael?
If it don't go up, it can't go in, baby.
Okay.
You're right about that, Mike.
Here's Dixon that's got one up in the air, and that's a 3 ball.
Come on, whenever your 5 men come out and knock down a 3-pointer, it's going to be a good night. We saw Little League open up to play with it. And that time Dixon knocks it down from long range.
Yeah, he's stretching that floor for the Roos, especially now they got more lanes to drive because now everybody's got to play up on Dixon because he's hit 1.
Here's Bowie from outside. And there's a nice block out by Danny Dixon.
Well, UMKC does a great job in transitions. Pulling up Giles, he'll try a 3.
Oh, and Jordan Giles has one. So
It's raining in here.
Hey, man, you got to be a big fella to take a 3 in here tonight, right?
We'll take it, Giles.
6'9", 6'10", and now 6'7".
Yeah, in late games in conference play, you got to have some X factors because those are the ones that make the difference. Everybody knows about Xavier Bishop. Everybody knows about Brandon McKissick. You got to have some guys like Danny Dixon and Amir Leak step up. Amir Leak only averages 2.5 points a game, but he's got 5 already.
Here comes Whitfield, leaving it back to Bishop. In the corner, BMAC, nobody on him, all alone.
Let's go!
And a 3 for BMAC, and he has 9 points to start this ball game.
But what a good job by Xavier Bishop identifying. He said, I got 3 people guarding me. Somebody's open somewhere. Good job of finding BMAC who knocks it down.
That is 3 straight 3s for Kansas City, and now have an 8-point lead.
They're opening it up right now.
Gaye gets it to Levi. Way up top to Jackson. Soft shot doesn't fall, and X with authority on the rebound. 5'8", 150.
Ooh, make him pay, baby.
Here's Whitfield. Got him another one.
Great ball movement by the Roos right there. Great ball movement. 3 possessions in a row.
That's what it's about. Coming down in transition, they're playing downhill basketball, and when they're doing that, they're at their best. Getting steals, getting out in transition, and knocking down 3s. Take a look at it right here. Xavier Bishop going up strong for the rebound. Watch, excuse me, with the spin move. Great ball movement. Giles Come on, Whitfield. He knows what to do with it.
Oh, so it's raining threes right now, so let's go over to Bob Fesco. Bob.
Well, guys, tonight after the game, Xavier Bishop is going to receive this basketball for scoring his 1,000th career point the other night against New Mexico State. Pretty cool basketball. They were going to do it before the game, but it was a Lear Leaks night. They didn't want to upstage him. So after the game, Xavier Bishop is going to get this ball. One of the 1,000-point scorers here at UMKC did it the other night against New Mexico State.
Okay, Bob, thank you. That's for 1,000. What do you have, Michael? You got 2,500. What'd you get
Something
for 2,000?
Like I got a really nice case with the ball in it.
You got a really nice case with your jersey now.
I did. That was awesome.
Capini's Italian Deli is proud to support UMKC Athletics and the official pregame meal provider for our student athletes. Visit Kansas City's pasta destination in Westport or go to capinis.com to learn more.
Well, Xavier Bishop better sit in the gym and shoot for a couple more if he plan on catching Mike. By himself, he better count.
You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go, man.
He better go get on the shooting gun and count them buckets if he's gonna try to get 2,500 before he does.
Well, right now, though, you hit him with the three like that, Damon, and now it's 23-12. I mean, they opened up 12 points in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, anytime, but it's all off a great ball movement, and they're moving it around, and they're making UTRGV's defense moving, and they're actually being stuck to the ball. The old adage of, they tell us to jump to the ball or sprint to the ball. Well, they're not sprinting to the ball. They're not there on the catch, so they're slow in rotation. So now the Roos are knocking down wide open threes.
Roos have also caused a couple of turnovers here on UTRGV and cashed them in. This is Bowie getting a piece of the lane. Dixon bothered that shot, but right there to put it back in is Varner. Yeah,
UTRGV is going to be on the boards. You have to make sure you're attached to a body, but on those 9 made field goals, UMKC has 7 assists already here in the first half, so doing a great job of sharing the basketball.
Up top, Bishop. UTRGV all over you on the defensive end. Here's Giles going to take a trip to the bucket. Goes off to Dixon. Gets it back inside. And they'll have another go here with Bishop. 2 on the shot clock on the follow away. And the rebound taken away by Heine.
Yeah, UTRGV is trying to pick up their pressure a little bit, trying to fly around and not let the Roos be so comfortable on offense.
9-point lead here for Kansas City. This is Heine going to work inside against Giles. That's a couple of tough guys down low. Whitfield.
You don't want to get to one-on-one standing around. You want to keep the ball moving if you're in UMKC because that's where you've been successful.
Whitfield on the backup. Now to Giles. Whitfield. It won't stick. High for the rebound that time is Dene Gaye.
Yeah, that time UTRGV made the Roos play side-to-side basketball, east to west. Wasn't no north and south stuff going on. They kept just moving the ball along the perimeter. There was no drive action towards the basket, which can create open lanes to knock down shots, what they had done 3 possessions.
Foul was on Giles. We want to remind you that Nick and Jake's is a proud supporter for UMKC Athletics and tonight's game sponsor. Visit Nick and Jake's on Main before and after all the Roos home games for great happy hour specials, 3 to 6 p.m. and 9 to 11 p.m. Visit them at nickandjakes.com for a full menu and specials. So UTRGV has it after the foul on Giles. 13th foul on Kansas City. They dump it off inside to Heine.
Oh, man.
And they're going to get another foul on Jordan Giles.
Wow. I thought that was good rotation by Giles coming over. I thought he had all ball, but gets called for a foul. But this is what it's about, the scramble defense. When you get beat baseline, have to have someone who's there to help, and may have gotten a little bit of the wrist, but either way, he'll go to the line to shoot too.
Solomon Heine. And Michael, you and I had a chance to do a game with Grand Canyon and UTRGV, and Solomon Heine was in the Air Force for 5 years out of high school. And I mean, this cat's about 28 now, Damon, but he was killing him.
He's in Michael's age bracket.
He was killing him in the pickup games. They said, man, you need to go play in college, right?
He had the YMCA game in the pickup game.
That's right.
Got him a scholarship.
Got him a scholarship.
Sure did, and playing very well.
Now UTRGV back in a little 2-3 zone, extending it out to the shooters. Let's see how UMKC adjusts to this change.
Foul inside. And that's going to go against Gaye. That is his first personal foul.
Yeah, Gaye, that's just that might be a bad foul right there by Gaye. I mean, if you're going to let him catch, let him catch. You're in the zone. Now he's got to make a move.
Inside, Dixon wide open. Disappointed he didn't finish that one, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, you got to make that layup. No one's up there when you're 6'10". You're in the clouds. No one's up there. Got to make that layup if you're Dixon.
Danny Dixon, the transfer from George Mason a couple games ago against Utah Valley. He had 16 points. That's a high on the season. He's had a game of 15 against UConn, had 4 games of 14. So he's kind of been in that zone this season. Good stroke at the line. He's 74%. Yeah. Checking back into the game is Terry Wynn.
Gaye only got he got what we call like a cup of coffee in there that time because of 2 fouls, man. I don't even know if he got to finish his coffee. Maybe it was an espresso. It was an espresso.
He didn't even touch.
He got an espresso, man. not a latte vente. He got an espresso in there. Out of there real quick, boy.
Up top is Wynn. Swinging around Bowie up top.
And right here is important too because you got to learn to play with the lead if you're UMKC. We've got a foul that's going to go against Rob Whitfield on the hold.
Yep. 15th foul on Kansas City. And the first on Whitfield, so UTRGV will keep it. As we said, the Vaqueros are 8-6 in conference play. They've gotten better every season under Coach Hill, who came over from Oklahoma, where he was there with Lon Kruger, who coached at UTRGV when it was Pan America University.
Actually, Pan America, you know, it was almost like it was a job where nobody really wanted for a long time, and now Coach Lou Hill is trying to make it fashionable as they go up with their wins, and you know, year by year by year, he's continuing to build the program, and that's a sign, the mark of a coach that understands what's going on and understands his area and his community.
Now, he played in high school in New York in Mount Vernon, but came by Wichita when he played Wichita State, and he was all MVC, all Missouri Valley Conference in 1988. So he knows all about these parts.
Oh, yeah.
It's a foul inside, and this one's going to go on Kansas City.
Yeah, they like
Dixon. Danny Dixon.
Trying to get up and set up for a back screen. That time gets called for the moving screen as they try to go over the top of the zone defense by UTRGV.
That old Illinois zone lob play that they used to run back when they had D. Brown and Luther Head and all them. That's the zone play they used to run right there.
You act like a guy that experienced that.
No, I didn't, because those guys are 10 years younger than me.
Oh, okay. I was trying to give you some credit.
Well, it's, you know what? That's the same play that KU. Oh, good D coming over.
KU used to run.
KU's running with Nick Collison and Drew Gooden all the time. We played against those guys against the zone, and they ran it masterfully. I mean, my goodness. Drew Gooden, Nick come up to the screen, the middle guy, and they go over top. It was that same exact play.
And the same guy on that wing, the offensive player on the same wing is where the lob is going to. He sets the back screen on the wing man, and now you got nothing. You got nothing but You got nothing but shoes on top of your head. That's it.
Poster.
Heine at 79% on the season, 1 of 2 on the trip that time. 9-point lead for Kansas City. As we approach 8 minutes to play here in the first half, great to have you with us here on the Ruse Network, along with Damon Bethea, former Michigan State Spartan, and the Ruse all-time leading scorer Michael Watson. This is Neil Harwell, and that one is on Kansas City and going over to UTRGV.
Yeah, it's been kind of a foul fest here the last 2 minutes of this basketball game. Really slowed down the tempo. Both teams had a pretty good tempo going, especially the Ruse. I mean, hitting shot after shot after shot and playing, you know, like it's senior night, trying to go out in style. But UTRGV has to find, you know, some sort of offense here, because it's been dead in the water here for the last about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, Smith really got him going a couple of threes earlier. That way, not able to get the layup. And here's the Ruse in transition.
Good defense by Suggs that time. Whitfield launching the three. It's just short. And high for the rebound win that time. Outlets quickly. Tyson Smith.
Well, Wynn is one of those players who can get it going for UTRGV. Very strong and able to step inside out. But here comes the Kangaroos. X1-2 pulls it back.
Good rebound and outlet that time by Dixon, but he's out of control, and that's an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's just a, for KYP, man. Know when to get a big man the ball, man. Know when to get a big man the ball.
25-16, Kansas City on top. Bob Fesco, take it away.
We got the newest member of the UMKC family, I guess you can say. Dr. Brandon Martin with us, the athletics director. And we were talking before we came on about the great student engagement and coming back to Swinney. How important has that been for you guys to bring this back on campus?
Oh, it's been incredibly important. Making this move has really brought our students out. It's brought our fans in the community within a 5-mile radius where they can come to campus and be a part of our vision, be a part of our team. We're close, as you can see, we're close to a sellout tonight. And that's really the type of fan environment and engagement that we want here at UMKC.
You know, you see it all around the country. You know, when you watch college basketball on TV, you see the student sections and how important they are and how valuable they are to the success of the program. You guys got the Roo Pouch tonight. Everybody's seemingly fired up about that. When you get the students involved, how much of a game changer is that for the players?
Well, it's really a legitimate home court advantage. And so eventually we really want the students to be loud, to be proud, and we want it to be a hot ticket. And so we want them eventually to have ownership of their own experience. And that's why we have the Alsha Pouch, and we have a hospitality space just directed for the students, because we want the students to be proud Roos.
Coming up, guys, in the second half, we'll talk more with Dr. Martin and what he wants to do with the city of Kansas City and how he wants to engage all the residents of the metro area.
Okay, thank you, Bob, and great to hear from Dr. Martin tonight. I mean, he's been fantastic since he has arrived here at UMKC. Michael, I know you have something to say about that. I mean, one of the first things that he did is we retired your jersey the other night, which was awesome.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, but not even for that, but just for the fact that he's a basketball player, and basketball is the biggest sport at this school, and so he understands what it should look like. He understands the tradition coming from USC. He understands how to build that, from an academic and an athletic standpoint, and he's a great guy to actually have a conversation with. So you've seen how he's already ingratiated himself into the community, and people like him and they respect him.
That's right. And we talk about he's got some game, played at USC.
Oh, yeah.
He knows the game. And wasn't he playing around your era there, David?
Yeah,
pretty close.
He graduated USC same year I graduated from Michigan State. So obviously he was out in the Pac-12, but I ended up playing with one of his teammates professionally. But yeah, he had some. He definitely has some game. But if you talk to a player, we always have game. Game never leaves us now.
Here's McKissick leaving it back to X. And he is bumped by Levi. That's a nice matchup tonight between those two.
That's a great matchup.
I'm going to tell you something now. We talked about Levi, Michael. He is a confident dude. I've heard him talking about he thinks he's the best guard in this league. And
you gotta think like that, though.
I know you thought like that.
Absolutely. You got to have that. I'm the best person walking on earth as a basketball player. If you don't have that confidence, I don't want you playing for me as a coach.
Well, and he's played like that this season. He has really upped his game in his sophomore season. Javon Levi.
Jamel Allen in the game for UMKC. Another Kangaroo who can get it going quick on both ends of the floor.
And Lear Leak is back in there as well. Here's Whitfield back to Leak, open for three. Oh, it's a Lear Leak's night tonight!
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That equals his season high if it is a three. I think he had his feet behind. And we'll try to look at it again here, but 8 points now for Leak.
Well, good job by Rob Whitfield of drawing the defense, 2 playing 1, and then kicking it over to Lear Leak, able to knock that down. As a good point guard, you want to be able to draw the defense in and make the kick.
Yeah, now the Roos are back.
And that is a three for Leak.
The Roos are back playing the offense they were playing earlier when they got 3 threes in a row. And UTRGV is back to playing that defense that they were playing where they gave up 3 threes in a row.
Doubling the ball
for no reason. So Way to take advantage. The Roos are taking advantage of opportunities right now.
Well, they have to make sure they guard Rob Whitfield, who's a three-point shooter for UMKC. But he's doing a great job of being unselfish, making that pass in the Lyric League. It's senior night, baby. Let it fly.
Yeah,
and he's doing it.
Just like we talked about, like, man, somebody got to step up as an X factor in this
nice.
league.
That was nice. Levi splitting the defense with the floater. That's a shot that every point guard should have in their bag.
The John Stockton floater.
That's it.
AKA Mark Jackson.
That's the Timmy Hardaway floater.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
Timmy used to put that thing 17 feet in the air.
Yeah. I don't know if they got to put it up that high out here tonight, though.
Here's Allen out of the corner. That's his spot. We've seen him knock those shots down on the baseline time after time. Here's McKissick. Piece of the lane with the left. And it won't stick. Rebound by Heinen.
Had an opportunity to kick that one out to Leak in the corner. Decided to go with the left, but UMKC 10-point lead, doing a good job of playing with the lead.
And that's a blocking foul on Kansas City. Let's talk about that little floater that you said was John Stockton. You went down about 3 or 4 guys,
Hey,
but you
man,
said
John
Stockton
Stockton. It's
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. It's whoever. It's Trae Young now.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. You know, it's a floater. You got to put it in your game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's an effective part of the game these days.
Anytime you're a guard, you got to be able to, put it up. Put it up over Shaq. That's how high you got to be able to get it off and get it over Shaq. But unfortunately, about the floater these days, I see 7-footers doing it. I'm saying, what are y'all doing?
It's pretty, man.
That is if you 6'6" or less,
pretty
man.
move, It's pretty.
What the 7-footer doing shooting a floater,
well,
man?
they shooting threes now, so it's just a different game.
They shoot threes. But when they get in that paint, man, you better tear that rim down, man. You can't be going up shooting no floater.
Like a true big man.
Yeah, you gotta shoot. Don't shoot a floater and the only dude in front of you is 6'4". Come on, man. No.
It looked good, though.
So if you saw Shaq shoot a floater, you had to let him have it.
Oh,
that point,
man, I got to let him have it, man. I got to let him have it.
Here's X up top, 28-20. Kansas City on top. Now to McKissick, who has 9 points in the game to lead the way for Kansas City. There he goes again. That was wiped away by Varner.
Not tonight, young fella. You should have floated that one up.
Levi! And the lead is cut to 6.
Oh, man, and Levi talking to Bishop a little bit as that one gets to going, because these two of the better players in the league. And, tonight, as UTRGV back to the 2-3 zone.
And Levi's taking the game personal as far as, I want to play really well. We know Xavier Bishop is a really good guard for the Roos.
And there's X, and you notice anytime you go by somebody, they're taking a peck at the ball. You're swiping.
Yeah,
quick hands.
Yeah, they're trying to play a little bit of matador defense. They want you to go by and think that you got to blow by on them, and then they're gonna strip it from behind. So it's critical that once you get past your defender, you put that ball out in front of you, where only you can get it, or else it becomes a foul, and that's what happened right there. It became a foul.
Oh, that's a nice play off the inbound. B-Mac has 11.
Oh, man.
Love the way that one looked.
Because it was set up by backdoor cut from B-Mac, lulling his guy to sleep, and then cutting backdoor hard, and a great pass for the bucket.
Yeah, I really like Whitfield. It's my first chance really getting to see Whitfield play live. Even though he's a shooter, his eyes have been up. He dished that off right there on the out-of-bounds play, and he found Leak for a 3, too.
Bowie for 3. Great, Bowie.
Great penetration and kick. Bowie ready to shoot. That time knocking it down.
McKissick again, and he'll get 2 at the free throw line. Let's look at that inbound play again, Michael.
Yeah, take a look right here. All the action is going away, and then the back door up top. And you see Levi frustrated because he understands you can't go to sleep on the out-of-bounds play. You got to play for 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Levi had a pillow right there. He was knocked out.
Here is Brandon McKissick. I'm glad we featured him in the open because he broke out tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's got 12 points now. His high game on the season is 21 when he was 9 of 12 from the field against Chicago State. And Damon, many of those were on drives to the bucket like we've seen tonight. Aggressive.
Yeah, and as Mike said, you know, in the opening, he's a matchup problem. He's strong. You know, he's 6'2", 6'3", strong body. He can get to the rim. He's gotten to the rim, you know, a few times to create these 13 points he's already got right now.
And also showed you a 3 as well tonight, and that's a turnover as it goes off Varner with 3:56 left and timeout on the floor and a 7-point lead for Kansas City. Let's go over to Bob Fesco. Bob?
I've got Jessica Dixon with me, the Associate Athletic Director for Community Involvement. You guys have a lot going on trying to market UMKC to everybody out in the community, and you're doing a lot of cool events, not only with the community, but with the athletes and the community as well.
Yes, we've always had just a great student-athlete involvement in the community. Our SASO office has done a great job with that. But my new role is really looking at it from not just the student-athlete development side, but our staff, and making sure that Brandon being new, that we, all of us involved with UMKC Athletics is educated about what's going on in the community, ensuring that all of us are being involved, but also making sure that the community knows that there are a ton of resources here on campus. So if people are hosting events out in the community, for example, we've got a community walk that was going to be out just on a street somewhere. Well, why not bring that to campus and get our student athletes involved in community organizations and also get those community organizations involved with our campus.
You guys have a really good crowd, obviously, here tonight, almost a sellout tonight. So obviously what you guys are doing is working to get the community involved and to get them back. What's been kind of the coolest thing that you've seen happen so far, really since Brandon's taken over, but since you've been in this new role?
Well, honestly, I think the games here in Swinney, I mean, you see a ton of kids. They feel so connected to what's happening on the court. I think this, the intimacy of this building just makes it so much fun. Even our courtside seat holders are that much closer. The kids are that much closer. Everybody just loves this atmosphere.
Guys, they got a lot going on here to try to involve the community in Kansas City. It's going to kind of be a theme all night of how to get more folks involved in coming to UMKC games and being part of what the Roos have going on here tonight.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you, Jessica. She's done a great job here in her time at UMKC, that's for sure. UMKC season tickets for men's and women's basketball are on sale by visiting UMKCKangaroos.com or by calling 844-UMKC-FAN. Join Kansas City's only Division I team today. And, of course, those will be for next year. This is the final home game of the season. Brandon McKissick gets it into Brandon Suggs. We got a lot of Brandons in the house tonight, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And here's one of them, B-Mac from outside. That one rings out, and the rebound taken away by Greg Bowie.
And that's a good three in transition if you're Coach Richardson. You want that shot wide open. B-Mac just not able to knock that one down.
That was his easiest look of the night, too.
Yeah, it really was.
And, you know, Damon, UTRGV's kind of weathered the storm here. They're within 7. It looked like it was starting to get away with that 3-ball action by UMKC, but they're hanging in.
Yeah, they're toughing it out possession by possession here. Even though they've had, you know, here's another, here's a jump ball. It's going to be a turnover. Well, it's going to be a turnover off a possession error. But they turned it over before the timeout. That's 2 empty possessions. They can't keep having empty possessions and rely on their defense time and time again, even though it's a 3-possession basketball game.
And Michael, Coach Richardson had his team come out ready to play tonight. Here's Bishop on the pull-up, and it goes.
That's what I'm talking about, not hesitating when you're coming down in the break. And Coach wants those guys to do that. He said, hey, offensively, go do your thing. Defensive guys do one thing, lock down and play hard defense, and they've been doing that so far tonight.
Bishop with his first 2 tonight, leading scorer for the Roos and 4th in the conference at about 16 a game. Here's Jackson. Boy, he gave him the shake move, but kind of bailed out with a foul that time.
Jamel Allen, you know, he was streaking down the court. He's trying to get out ahead of the pack.
Which would have been fun.
Oh, yeah. You know, he got some hops.
You know, anytime you swing down on a defender trying to strip it away, they're going to call that. If you swing it upward, the referees never call it because they can't tell if you're getting hit on the arm or not when you swing it upward. But when you swing it downward, it's just that motion itself causes officials to make calls.
Well, you talk like you were the Big Ten defensive team, all defensive team. Was that?
Yeah, it was 3 years in a row, man. It was
okay, 3 years in a row on the all defensive team.
Oh, why not 4?
Yeah, what happened?
What happened, man?
I didn't play enough that year.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Hey, you got to get in to play D.
You're right.
Here's Bishop, put him in the blender. Nice
good
pass.
Count
This is
that.
Whitfield for
Count that,
three.
Hey, you saw that all the way, the action, Rob Whitfield, but Xavier Bishop, that was his whole thought the entire time. Penetrate and kick that out to Whit. You know he knows how to knock those down.
That's good action right there. You can't beat that. That's where majority of the Rouge points have come off that action.
Here's Levi. Oh, he got that one up off the glass. Not sure that's the way he designed it, because he's a pass-first guy.
Yeah, I got to take Levi over to the casino when we get done. That was a lucky shot right there, man. He got the best hand right now.
But you know what I'm saying? He's a pass-first guy. Yeah. That's what he was looking to do, and then all of a sudden, hey, man, I got to shoot this.
But he got something going with Xavier Bishop.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, those two are going back and forth with each other.
Yeah, Levi only shoots. Javon Levi only shoots 37% from the field. So obviously he's not an efficient shooter. So that was kind of a surprise, probably his teammates too.
And there was a foul going on Kansas City. Yeah, they really going at it there.
Oh yeah.
And you're talking about a 5'11" Javon Levi and 5'8" Xavier Bishop.
Oh, so this is like a welterweight fight. This ain't a heavyweight fight.
But those are some tough guys.
They are
some tough welterweights right there, those two, for sure. Here's Levi at the free throw line. They just describe him every bit of what we're seeing out there.
Hagler
Tenacious,
right
tough,
Hagler
not
Hearns out here
afraid.
right now, right?
Is that what you're going to go with?
Hagler Hearns, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
you want to bring that into present day with somebody, or are we going to go back into the 80s, man?
Well, I'm not going to say Adrian Bonner.
Tommy Hearn.
He still think he won that fight against Pacquiao.
I mean, Tommy Hearns, the hitman.
Hitman Hearns,
That's back from your era and your area, right?
Yeah, he's from Detroit. But
that's right.
There's Sugar Ray Leonard was in there, Roberto Duran. They had a whole bunch of guys in there.
Well, okay. So that's our Sugar Ray Bethea.
Yeah, come on, big fella.
Inside B-Mac is getting it done tonight.
Oh, man, that's the second time B-Mac has gone to the post. And he just kind of squares him up like, you want some of this, Jackson? Come here. I'm too strong. Took the bump. Able to knock it down. A little flex. Come on, man. I've been in the weight room.
Oh, yeah.
See you, B-Mac.
He treated Jackson like it was a mouse in the house.
That's it, what you call it, mouse in the house.
Well, the Rouge, we talk about some of the injuries they've had this season. Marco Smith unable to play. Tony Jackson unable to play. They get those guys back next season playing with B-Mac and Nesbitt and Bishop. I'll tell you what, they're going to be able to play a lot more like the way that Coach Richardson likes to play.
Able to press up defensively and cause steals and cause turnovers.
Here's Bowie up top. It's a 10-point game. Inside 1 to play. Wynn back to Bowie. That's Caleb Roy on it. On the pump fake. Good job by Suggs to just go straight up and down. Now it's Levi. And high for the rebound, Jamel Allen.
Great defensive possession there by UMKC.
And a timeout. Coach Richardson wants timeout. The Rouge have put 40 on the board here in the first half, so Coach Richardson's offense has been in gear, and you were just talking about the defense, David.
Well, yeah, right, UMKC right now, they're cutting down the floor every possession. They can push out, even though they're not great three-point shooters, with UTRGV, but look at that help defense right there. Now they get the rebound. That is a textbook defensive possession right there for the Rouge.
Jimmy John's is proud to sponsor UMKC Kangaroos. Order a tasty sandwich today with the Jimmy John's app. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's. Yeah. Oh, I like the Marshall cam up top tonight. That's looking good. Showing Swinney Rec. And B-Mac having a big first half. 16 for Brandon McKissick, the sophomore from Ferguson, Missouri.
Well, his mom is in the crowd, and she's always imploring him, hey, you got to play your game. Play your game that got you here. And tonight he's doing that, showing us why he was one of the biggest recruits coming out of high school.
Yeah, for sure. His mom's great. She's at
awesome
every
lady.
game, and she'll break it down for him, won't she?
Yeah, she will. She's a coach.
All moms are coaches.
She played softball in college, and his dad wrestled, so that's where he got all that.
Yeah.
And this one goes out of bounds. There is 3 on the shot clock, 14.7 left. So this one will have to go quick.
And now you see UTRGV going to talk it out. They don't want that cutter to happen. Here it comes.
And it looks like it might work again. There's the left hand. That was a good look.
It really was.
10-point. Oh, Levi right to the rim. He goes, and Allen got a little something for him.
Yeah, here comes Javon Levi. You know, he could have took a little bit more time, but he's trying to get to the rim, and Allen just says, no, 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 no. And then he got a tech for being a little bit too happy. Got to act like you blocked the shot before, young fella.
Well, there's been a lot of jabbering out there.
Yeah,
you know, and Levi's been doing a lot of it.
Yeah, Levi's been the leader of the pack on the trash talk tonight.
And so when he had a free run that time, Allen didn't want that free run to continue.
Yeah, he's taking up for Xavier Bishop. That's what Allen was doing. I mean, that's
you got to protect your point guards, like your quarterback out there.
Yeah, that's right. No doubt about that. Hey. Turned out to be a good technical if there's ever been one. He short-ended two free throws.
X is still talking. Coach just checked him out the game. A lot of time left for UTRGV. You want to get a stop going into half of UMKC.
Oh,
saw that coming.
Wide open, but Heine missed the dunk. And that will do it. He had maximum PSI on that one, but unable to convert. The wide open shot.
He had maximum PSI, but he had anti-gravity at the same time.
We'll take a break. The Roos lead it at halftime, 40-30. You're watching the Roos Network from Swanee Rec in Kansas City.
Please welcome to the floor your UMKC dance team.
The party is ending at 2 a.m. So whatever you must do it now. Cash money, records, taking over for the 99 and 2000.
UMKC basketball is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Try a game changer of your own, Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling, the official beverage partner of your UMKC Roos. And by Mainline Printing, the preferred printer of the Roos. Visit mainlineprinting.com to learn more. And the Roos on top 40-30 here at halftime on the Roos Network. And back here at halftime, we are joined by the Roos golf coach, and that's J.W. Vandenborn. And, Coach, it's great to see you. You guys are already out of the gate. We've had one of the toughest winters around here ever, but I know you guys have been in some nice places lately.
Yeah, it's been obviously been difficult getting started. It certainly doesn't feel like the season's on us yet, but we've been to Louisiana last week. Had a good result there, considering that we just really haven't been able to prepare the way that we would like to. So proud of the guys for that. I think we're going to have a really strong team this year, one of the strongest I've had, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, now that's saying something, because you've won the conference a couple times, and, you know, just in the recent days, and you've gotten some players from overseas, and just talk about how that's all come together for you and the success.
We just have had a really good culture in our program for a long time. I think you know, when we came into the WAC, there was a little bit of an adjustment, but I think we felt like our guys were strong enough to compete really in a lot of the conferences that we might see. So it took us a couple years, but like I said, we've been in the top 2 or 3 the last 4 or 5 years already. So it's been a quick adjustment, and we're going to be right there again this year.
Who are some of the top players that we'll look for this season?
Well, McCain Shellhart's a junior, was a returning junior who won the WAC last year individually. And then we've got Francois Lagerlaw, who's a senior for us, that's played every event since he's been here. Paul Folke was a standout freshman last year for us as well. So those 3 guys are kind of the anchor guys, and then we got a couple new guys in the mix this year as well. But really, our team is going to be as deep and competitive as it's really ever been. So there's going to be a lot of moving parts in that lineup.
That's a good problem to have,
yes,
I guess, right? When you're that deep,
yes.
As the coach,
yes.
You can send whoever out. And Rozier the other day,
Rosner, yes.
a couple years ago, how's he doing now?
He's doing well. He had a good year on the Challenge Tour last year, and he's kind of splitting time between the Challenge Tour. He'll play a few European Tour events this year.
Okay.
But he's doing well. You know, it takes a few years for you to get your feet under you out there. And I think the biggest thing that he's realized is it's different when you're playing for money and you're playing with other people's money too. So there's a little adjustment there.
Yeah, and one of the best ever, obviously,
yes.
Not only here but in the conference.
Yes.
And, you know, before we let you go here, we heard about the passing of Coach Ross this week. Saddened to hear that. He's meant a lot, not only to the golf program, but to everybody here at UMKC. And I'd like to have you say a couple things about Coach Ross.
I mean, obviously, just an icon here at UMKC. I mean, really a part of that founding group that really built the athletic department here and kind of got us into that Division I transition. I think a lot of people don't know much about that group, but certainly everybody here that either works here, plays here, or studies here now, as part of the athletic department, really owes him a debt of gratitude for everything he did for the athletic department. So certainly a sad time for our program, but we know he's in a better place. And, we're looking forward to honoring him with our play this year.
Absolutely. So, great guy, and thanks for those comments. And, JW, I wish you the best on the season. Love to have a chance to come out and watch you guys play, and great job on all the success you've had.
We'll try to make sure that's in warmer weather first.
That is J.W. Vandenborn here, the coach at UMKC, the golf coach. And the Roos on top here 40-30 at halftime. And we're going to try to look at some stats here of the first half. UMKC leading this thing by 10. They shot it at 54%. They had those 7 threes in the first half and shooting better than 50% from the 3 line and holding their own on the boards, leading by 2 in the rebound category tonight. And as always, their bench has been good, but it's been a very solid, good first half for the UMKC Roos, leading UTRGV at halftime, and our halftime stats are presented by Truman Medical Center. And Damon, as you sit back down in here, is there anything you notice about the stats in the first half you want to point out?
Yeah, I want to put out the fact that right now the Roos have 11 assists. So that means they're not playing one-on-one basketball, opposed to only 3 assists by UTRGV, which means that they're getting the Roos defense is getting them to play one-on-one basketball.
That's a great point, because the Roos only average 11 assists a game all season, so it's good to point that out. Did you see anything in those stats that you liked in the first half?
I mean, not necessarily with the stats, but just the way UMKC is pushing the ball out in transition. We've seen the steals, but the assist on the shots for UMKC I think is big, because that means everybody is involved, everybody's touching the ball, and that's what Coach Richardson wants the Kangaroos to do. Play good defense, run out in transition, everybody touch the ball, and let's get to our shooters. You see Whitfield having a great game. Brandon McKissick is doing it inside, outside. That's huge for the Kangaroos.
Well, let's talk about Brandon McKissick, because he had 16 points in that first half and had some good, tough defense. Boy, liking his game.
Yeah, he came out locked in tonight, averaging 10 points a game so far this year, but tonight 16 already in the first half and getting it done inside and outside, not afraid to take it in amongst the Giants for his couple of buckets down low. And what I love is he's posting up as well. And so you gotta love that. Right here, the nice back door off the inbounds, also for the bucket.
And Alir Leak, 8 points in the first half on senior night. Man, that was scripted out nice.
We're in 8 minutes.
That's right.
Efficient.
We're gonna take a break and be back here at Swanee Rec with the Roos on top 10 here at Swanee Rec on the Roos Network. Back after this. UMKC basketball is brought to you by Adidas, the official apparel provider for the UMKC Athletics Department. By Highland Dairy, low-fat chocolate milk is the natural way to refuel after a workout. It's time to rethink your recovery drink. Learn more at highlanddairy.com/chocolate. By Cupini's, the official pre-game meal provider for UMKC Athletics. Visit the Italian restaurant in Westport or go to cupinis.com. And by Coca-Cola, the official beverage provider to UMKC. And welcome back to Swanee Recreation Center on the campus of UMKC in this WAC conference matchup. Kansas City, a nice first half, leading 40-30. And you know, one of the things they have done fairly well, Damon, is hang on to the basketball against this UTRGV team.
Yeah, and you know, obviously we talked about in the open, UTRGV turns you over 18 times a game, one of the top teams. They're first in the WAC and fourth in the nation in that, but the Roos have been able to take care of the basketball. That's how they got this 10-point lead.
That's what it's about, taking care of the basketball and then making those guys play when they try to overplay and get those steals.
Here's Wynn on the follow-away.
That's sweet.
Very nice out of Terry Wynn.
Yeah, Wynn was one of the guys we wanted him to highlight a little bit at the beginning, but one to watch out with. He's averaging 13.5 in conference play. But that was, only a second look here tonight.
And back to what we were talking about, neither team turning the ball over. 4 turnovers for the Vaqueros and only 5 for UMKC against this tough defense, but this could be one here.
I think the Roos going to keep it on the jump ball right there. Yeah, taking care of the basketball. The basketball is such a simple game. You don't turn it over. You make more baskets than the other team, you win the game.
Sounds so simple, doesn't it?
Sounds so simple, man.
Well, let's just pack up and go home. It's just that's the way it is, right?
No, we still got to report it live.
They still got to play, right?
They still got to play the game. We got to see how the outcome goes.
And we want to get this up off the ground and get ready to go so we have no slick spots. And UMKC will trigger in, leading by 8. Brandon McKissick leading the way for UMKC. That one shot by Bishop and it missed. And out of the pack comes Smith trying to cross him up. Back to Wynn. Oh, there's a steal by Leak. Right into the hands of Nesbitt. A 2-on-1 lob to Nesbitt. Oh, they had it working.
Oh, man.
And that was the right guy on the lob. And there's a foul on Leak as he shoved Wynn. Let's hope Wynn's okay.
Yeah,
as he hit the deck hard.
Yeah, Levi got back in transition and kind of
messed it up.
He kind of messed it up. McKissick didn't have a great view of that lob from Bishop right there. That little bit of play right there kind of got him to shore on it.
Just a little bit,
threw him off just a little bit.
So Wynn with the first one. Preseason second team all WAC, Terry Wynn. High game on the season, 23 against Grand Canyon, a game that Michael and I did for the WAC network on ESPN+. And he has both free throws and 6 points in the game. Cuts the lead to 6. And here's that tough defense by Levi. Bishop shakes him up, gets to the rim, and fires it back outside to Whitfield. Whitfield to the rim, and the rebound, Varner Jr.
That was a good challenge at the rim by Varner. Just great deep position defense there.
And there he goes and just chucks it into the crowd, or the bench over there.
Hey, big fella that caught it over there, he should get him a shot up. He ain't been in the game yet. Get him a little rhythm going.
That's right.
With the battle between Javon Levi and Xavier Bishop goes all the way back to the first game. And looking at that, Xavier Bishop had only 6 points and 4 fouls that game. So these two have been battling.
Steal by Levi, and he's got the layup.
He's so good at playing passing lane. He played the passing lane on the guy he was defending. You know how hard that is? My goodness.
Well, when you low to the ground like that, Mike, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, you're right about that. He's lower to the ground than I am.
Levi has 12 points now. There's Nesbitt. A little leak up over the top. Got his own rebound.
Lear Lee got the size advantage down low. He's calling for the ball, but Little flat screen action out top.
Bishop
X-Hat.
back to Leak. From downtown, his third three on senior night.
Yeah, baby.
His season high comes on senior night of 11.
That's how it's supposed to be.
His career high is 15.
Hey, well, he's right on target with that right now.
Well, Levi is the guy that's the fly in the ointment half the time.
He's defending Bishop here. He gets him going back and forth, and he stays with it. He's going to play that passing angle. Boom. And now we're off to the races. And this is what he does best. This is why he's one of the second in the nation in steals as he celebrates a little bit. And here's a Lear Leak here, you know, just off the dribble penetration, the kickback, and he's got three threes just like that tonight.
Yeah, buddy, that's what I'm talking about. Stepping out, knocking down the three, and it's like his teammates are looking for him too. Like it's your night. Get your buckets, get your shots up. But it really is big, timely threes for UMKC. I mean, they got back to within 4 points, and now back out to 7 just like that. That's a little cushion that UMKC needs.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? When you playing on senior night, and you know this, Michael, you playing on senior night, you got so many emotions. He's got a whole bunch of family here, but you want to go out in style. That's the number one thing is always going out in style and hitting, you know, knocking down. You feel like every shot can go in.
And that's what he's doing right now, going out in style. For the latest news and information on the Roos, listen to Kansas City's sports radio stations, Sports Radio 810 WHP and ESPN Kansas City, 99.3 FM and 1510 AM. Your home for the NCAA Tournament, Final Four, and National Championship. Lear Leak with 11 points, 3 threes in the ball game. All 3 of these threes he's hit here tonight. And we got to go back to his freshman season when he hung 3 threes in Omaha and was 3 of 4 in that game. And now his senior year duplicating that here tonight. In fact, got you one better with 3 out of 3 tonight.
Yeah, the only shot he missed was the old floater.
Yeah, the floater.
The floater.
So the Roos back up by 7 with Levi out front and Brandon McKissick on him. We thought we might see that matchup a couple times tonight. And there's a foul down low, the hustle by Jackson, and he caused that foul.
I think Smith kind of surprised Nesbitt by taking that shot. Nesbitt didn't think that he was going to take that shot as he was going to his left.
And we got the clock issues. They need to start it, go all the way back to 30, give them a fresh shot clock. And that's what they do. Enter it into a win against Lear Leak. A couple of seniors going at it there. Smith into the lane, and then a rebound by McKissick, the quick outlet. And here they go.
Oh! Okay, young fella.
Michael, what are we doing there? Rocking the baby?
Hey,
what was that?
He took his dunk steps, though. Like he was going like he was about that action right there. But great job of changing in the air for the nice layup.
Yeah, he was still able to do a little sky surfing, too.
Yeah, he was.
He's got 8 points in the game now. Whitfield, leave it back to win. UMKC up by 9 now. Jackson. Oh, that is silky smooth on the sideline.
But the trot back after the 3, though, like he took like 4 spins after that 3, though. Beautiful.
That's a definite hook on BMAC that time. Let's go back to Whitfield. Would you call this he's surfing?
Oh, he was sky surfing. Great challenge at the rim by Elite. And now look at Whitfield, just sky surfs over the top of Levi.
That was nice.
A little scoop to the hoop, man.
That was nice right there.
Yeah, but back to Jackson, the only Jackson I've ever seen do that many spins.
Uh-oh, no, don't go there.
Yeah, it was them. It was that family, man. It was that family. From Gary, Indiana, man. 2300 Jackson Street, baby.
There's Wynn backing them down and scoring. Tough move down there.
Wynn just chopped Leak down on that one, lowered his shoulder.
This lead is cut to 4 now. And I'll tell you what, this UTRGV team has been outstanding in the second half this season. They put a lot of work into the conditioning, the way they play, and they wear teams down, and they've come back from some big deficits this season to win ball games.
Yeah, and the number one thing that they do is they play defense every possession. There's a couple possessions where they fell asleep in the first half and gave up a couple open looks, but this second half they have been playing defense every single possession.
Let's look again at Wynn and how smooth this move is down in the block area.
Yeah, he takes his time on Leak. He gives him that forearm shiver, creates a little space, then a big step over the rim, just over the top.
Yeah, that was nice. Wynn got the bucket. Let's go over to Bob Fesco. Bob.
Guys, Brandon McKissick has had an amazing first half here tonight for UMKC. And here's his mom, Rhonda, watching him from the front row. Watching with a mom is pretty cool tonight. How do you think your son's been doing?
He's doing pretty well. I'm impressed with his first half. I just want him to keep up the defense and just play a controlled game. I'm happy.
The guys on the broadcast were saying earlier that you're just like a coach. You'll talk to him after the game, tell him what he's doing right, what he's doing wrong. You guys come from a lot of athletes. You played softball. His great uncle was in the NBA. What do you tell him after games?
I just tell him just to think about what he can do to be better, make his free throws, because I need his free throw percentage to be up more. But other than that, I just tell him just to, be positive about the game and just keep, stay in the gym and just work on the things that he needs to work on off, not in the game, that he's going to be able to do in the game.
Does he listen to you, or does he like, come on, Ma, I don't want to have to hear from you, too?
I have to pick and choose my moments. But most of the time he does.
Pretty good performance by everyone at Alira as well. Tonight you were cheering him on.
Yes, he's having a great night for a senior night, and I'm definitely proud of him tonight.
No doubt about it. Well, thanks so much for being here and doing this. Guys, it's great to have your mom on board watching you play tonight, and Brandon's having one heck of a ball game.
Oh, yes, he is, and Rhonda is great. We love seeing her at every game, and now maybe she can break it down a little bit, can't she?
Broke it down. She reminded me of my mother.
I need his free throw percentage to be up.
I need position. Yeah.
Work on your game. Michael's mom was at every game he played, too. Let me tell you, she was here the other night. Good to see her. And it's time to rethink your recovery drink. Learn more at highlanddairy.com/chocolate. Well, that was one of the things. I don't know if it was this way for you, Damon, when you were in college, but Michael, obviously playing in his hometown of Kansas City, his family and friends able to come to the games, and that was big for you, wasn't it, Michael?
Yeah, it really was. It's nothing like having your family and friends there to see you play. It gives you a little bit of extra pep to your step because you want to make sure you play well in front of those guys.
Here's Whitfield
no
on the
hesitation.
And the ball bounds
that
out.
That is crucial to do that. I mean, for me, I was a couple hours away from my hometown, but still it started to feel like home after you get on campus a couple years and my family could get up and stuff, but there's nothing like playing in your own hometown.
For sure.
My thing was that I didn't want to go to Notre Dame because I didn't want everybody on campus around me all the time because it's 15 minutes from my hometown. Nobody in my business, you know what I mean?
There you go.
Well, you should have seen this the other night when Michael's jersey was retired. He had this whole section filled up with folks.
Hey, I grew up down the street,
man. Let me tell you.
They probably had a TV on outside, too, for those who couldn't get in,
right? That's right. We got our jersey retired the other night.
That was
the entire town.
That was nice,
It
Michael.
was pretty awesome.
Well,
it really was.
That is it's a great honor. Anytime you get that, Mike, and I told you that off camera, but obviously that's a big time honor, man. Anytime you go to a program and you became a difference maker here, so that is great for this Rouge program and moving forward. So now more kids from this area should want to grow up to aspire to do the same things, straight from this same area.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, and we had, after Michael went to Lincoln, or went to Paseo, and that was Quentin Day.
Quentin Day.
Yeah. And Quentin, we couldn't get him off the broadcast the other night. He came over at halftime and stayed with us the rest of the night. So, but we love Quentin.
And one of your other teammates, I took him to China with me, Carlton Aaron.
There you go. Big C was here.
Big C, where does he live at now?
He's still in Kansas City. He was here the other night.
At the game the other night.
His daughter, his 6-year-old daughter, is about 5 feet tall, and she plays for my K1 basketball team.
Oh, okay.
So
there we go.
We see him all the time. It's an awesome thing to be able to coach your teammate's son.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And there's a travel on UTRGV. Yeah. Big C's one of those guys that was about 6'10" and about 350.
I know all about Big C.
And if you saw him shoot a floater, I think you would get mad at him.
He tried to shoot a floater in China once, and I told him about himself, too.
Yeah, here's the Roos with the basketball and the full court pressure coming from UTRGV. This is what they're going to have to weather here in the second half. I was talking about some of the comebacks they've had this season, UTRGV. They were down by 16 with 24 minutes left and won 81-74 against California Baptist. They were down 24 and came back to beat Lamar this season and doing damage in the second half.
Yeah, they were down 11 at Chicago State 2 nights ago and came back and won that game.
That's the way they roll. Here's BMAC in the lane, finding Bishop on the step back.
Yeah, there you go.
Great basketball play. Great basketball play there by McKissick right there, getting in the lane and finding his teammate there.
They call a block on Bishop. Let's look again at the 3 ball by Xavier Bishop.
Well, this is unselfish basketball. BMAC had a wide open 3 he could have shot right here, and he could have shot the layup. But good job coming to a jump stop, kicking it out to X. X ready to shoot, knocks it down from 3.
Second assist tonight for Brandon McKissick to go along with his 16 points in the game. X has 5 tonight. Danny Dixon with some nice defense. Rebound by Bishop.
That's great defense by Dixon, just staying solid.
Hop step, I'll see ya.
With the left hand on the right side.
Michael, was that a hezzy?
That was the hezzy. I thought it was. He hit him with the hezzy.
I get a kick out of the kids now. They put their left hand up when they go to make a left hand move. I used to do that second nature because I'm left-handed.
There you go. I was about to call you on that, man. Here is Wynn. Once again, Dixon is up in there on defense. The lob to McKissick.
Okay. And look at that. Quick spurt by UMKC. 7-0 run. And UTRGV needs a timeout.
BMAC is feeling it. He has 18 tonight.
Yeah, in transition here, look at Whitfield with the hezzy move, then to the left hand, making it sweeter with that left. And then now in transition, Dixon just plays great position defense. They get it up, get it over the top to McKissick. Yeah.
You gotta dunk that though. I'm gonna get him about that. You gotta take your dunk steps and put that one down.
But he made it.
He made it. It's still 2 points. But it'd been a prettier 2 points.
I got you. I was referring to the dunk that flew up to the top of the building in the first half.
Huh? No, it was a block.
So Brandon McKissick tonight with 18. It's starting to feel like a club here in Swinney Rec tonight, which is kind of a good feel.
You got the club lights right there, everything. That's what it's about.
This is mosaic.
But that's what's been fun.
Yeah.
For everybody here on campus, and you can feel the bounce.
Yeah, you can.
All the way to the plaza.
Right down the street.
52-43, 9-point lead. As UMKC's on top, but man, Mr. Wynn has a little something for him on the baseline.
Hey, every shot he makes, he is talking after. I mean, he's having a whole conversation with whoever he scores on.
This is like the fish that saved Pittsburgh up in here, man.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Brandon McKissick up top, met there by Heine. BMAC crossing him up, piece of the lane, back to Giles. Jordan double team, and he traveled.
He lifted that pivot foot on that half spin he got there. That was good solid defense by UTRGV. If you don't get rid of it quick, they're going to put you in a position where you're going to either turn it over.
Yeah.
You're going to either turn it over or take a bad shot.
Turnovers tonight, 8 apiece. And normally on the season, UTRGV causes over 18 turnovers on average, and they have the highest margin turnover in a game. It is over 6.
Yeah, and they're 4th in the nation in turning teams over.
Up top, Wynn, now Heine. Dixon on the step out, and Wynn's got BMAC down low, and a foul on Brandon McKissick. 15th foul on Kansas City. And on BMAC, that is his second. Timeout on the floor, up 7, UMKC. Let's go over to Bob. Bob, take it away.
Well, guys, one of the most familiar names of UMKC Athletics, Rick Benben, the soccer coach, over 20 years. And we were kind of talking before we came on about the atmosphere in here tonight and the way that everything's just kind of coming back on campus. What's the vibe like for you as the soccer coach with the athletic department as a whole?
Right. No, it's just been fantastic. You know, I think the chancellor's really set the bar for us to include athletics in every part of the university. And, you know, Brandon has certainly, you know, gotten things rolling already, and tonight's a real picture of that.
You know, you guys got the on-campus stadium now and bringing fans to your games as well. How have the crowds been for that, and how does that help your guys?
No, I think that's one thing we've talked about with our players as far as they're always here at these games and supporting the other teams, and that just brings, you know, that's going to follow us into the fall. So, no, we get good crowds at our game. It's a beautiful stadium right here in the middle of campus. So, you know, I think we really have a great opportunity to build our fan base as well.
And soccer, too, since you've been the coach at UMKC, it just in Kansas City has grown exponentially. So big, it's become so popular. How cool is that to sit back and see the entire sport finally get this stranglehold over this town?
No, it's fantastic. You know, Sporting, certainly, Peter and his staff and the team, they've just been awesome, and I think it's really helped carry the rest of us along with them. So I think we can really say Kansas City is, I'll just say we're one of the soccer capitals of the states.
It would be kind of cool to get that World Cup here, huh?
Oh, yeah. So we're all working hard towards that as well. So.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Good luck this upcoming season.
Oh, thanks very much.
Guys, back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. And Coach Benben, a fixture here for quite some time. That beautiful soccer complex, Durwood Soccer Complex, that kind of overlooks the plaza. And it's just a great facility, and great to have Coach Benben on tonight. UMKC is a proud member of the Western Athletic Conference. Visit WACsports.com for all the latest scores and updates. And at the line, Terry Wynn. And he's got the first.
Terry Wynn showing some inside, outside, you know, little versatility to his game. He's been able to post. He got one up over Leak earlier. He hit a ready shoot jump shot in the corner. Now he drew a foul there on a face-up mid-range move.
As we said, he's a transfer from UTEP, and he was on the Conference USA All-Freshman team when he played at UTEP. So he's had game for a while now, a senior at UTRGV. Cuts the lead to 5, and there goes Brandon McKissick. Left-hand pass to Nesbitt. Marvin, big step into the lane, and it goes!
Oh, man.
Marvin Nesbitt with his first bucket tonight.
That was a strong move by Marvin Nesbitt. Take a look at it right here. Good kick out, baseline by BMAC, and right here taking the contact and then able to steady himself and kiss it off the glass for the bucket.
6'4", 180 sophomore from Chicago with the three-point play. He's the leading rebounder on this team at over 5 a game, or about 5 a game. That's 13th in the conference at just 6'4". And Michael, you're always talking about the, you know, effort it takes to be a good rebounder. And that's how he gets it done at only 6'4". There's a steal by Giles. Off to McKissick.
Went through it to where nobody was home at it.
The extra pass to Whitfield.
Count that. Hey, he got a flamethrower.
Yes, he
I'm
does.
trying to tell you, like, when he shoots, it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to go in, especially being that wide open.
Here's Wynn. Right back at you.
He used all that rim.
He's so animated, man.
He's got 14 points now, and back to Whitfield. He now has 77 threes on the season. He's having one of the better three-point shooting seasons in UMKC history. I mean, Michael, he's getting in there in Reggie Chamberlain territory and guys like that have put some big numbers up there. Your territory.
I mean, that's what it's about, pushing it and pushing the envelope. You got in transition, you stay secondary break is what this is called, to where you're always going downhill. And that time, good find in the corner as Whitfield knocks that one down.
And we want to see some of those guys that were cheering in the warm-up suits ready to play when they get off the DL. That was an easy look. Just put it in the crack that time. And there's the extra pass for UTRGV and a wide open Bowie for 3.
Yep.
And that was a big hit. His 6 points now in the ball game.
Yeah, Yeah, the Roos were playing 5-on-4 defensively here, and UTRGV took advantage of it, and Bowie was able to knock it down.
That was a good job as UTRGV identifying, hey, they're down one, and Bowie knocking that down in the corner, and they're staying close. That was a big shot right there, cut the lead to 6.
UTRGV hit a season-high 11 threes last time these two teams played, and it was a game won there in Edinburgh, Texas by UTRGV. And the season series, or the all-time series, is tied at 13.
How about that?
Here's a Lear leak. Scramble on the floor. And that's going to be a foul on UTRGV. That's going to be on Levi, his third foul.
He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time right there.
It looked like Jordan Giles just went and jumped in the middle of the pile.
Well, he was fouling, and then he fell over top. Take a look right here. Lil Leak was trying to make the pass.
Okay, kind of undercut him there.
Yeah, and he wasn't, that was.
But really, he was bending down to get the ball, it looked like, and just kind of wrong place.
But he didn't know they got tipped. They got tipped, man. He kind of still got pass interference, man. Got to go to the replay booth.
So it will be Kansas City basketball. 20 on the shot clock. All the way up top. Nice catch by McKissick.
Strong catch right there.
Back to Whitfield.
Count it.
4 threes for Whitfield.
Come on, baby.
16 points.
I hope he's on the scouting report because he's got the flamethrower going right now.
I'm telling you, man.
Kansas City with 11 threes tonight. They are 11 of 19. If that one goes, we got to turn the lights out in here. And that one saved to Smith. Little runner floater. Rebound Whitfield. Oh, he was going to pull that one up right at the free throw line. Able to maintain control, and Bishop restores order.
He was definitely going for that pull up at the free throw line.
Because we've seen that one. He's got the mid-range too.
Sweet pull up.
Don't act like it's all threes in here.
Right.
He's got that mid-range. And here's a foul going on Whitfield. I think Heine got right in there and stirred up a little bit, and Whitfield was called for the foul.
Yeah, that's probably.
I don't think Coach Richardson's real happy about that.
No, that's Whitfield's only, negative play he's had, and that's not really a negative play. That's just aggression, and he's having a huge night right now.
Swinging around the perimeter, Smith. And near steal by Whitfield, who's also big in that category. McKissick and Whitfield have over 40 steals apiece on their own this season. Smith could not shake free. And here's Whitfield.
Oh, man, you've seen that one coming, though. He hit the ball like 2 times before that. That's when you just got to give it up.
Yeah, you got to give it up. You can't. That's what we talked about at halftime when they only have 3 assists. That's the reason why they only have 3 assists at halftime, when you get to dancing with the basketball for 15, 20 seconds of the shot clock.
Roos using the clock here, inside 10. McKissick going to work, finding Whitfield out. Another one, this one's short. A little leak trying to keep it alive, and there's the nice hands of Levi. Levi with a great pass to Heine. Oh! Lear leak said not tonight on my senior night.
No.
Here's Bishop.
Why did Leak block the old guy shot like that, man?
That's right. That's right. Not tonight, old fella.
And here goes McKissick into the lane. Whitfield. Rebound Heine.
That would have been big right there.
Roos still maintain a 9-point lead. Just can't quite get it over the hump and get it into double digits. Win on the other side. Heine flies in. Rebound McKissick.
Yeah, that was a great move right there. But he just got to finish that on the other side of the rim.
And the Roos hanging in there on the glass tonight. 23-22 on the rebounds. UTRGV on top. Here goes Bishop. We've seen him hit that shot.
Yeah, that's determination getting to the rim right there.
He's one of the best finishers in the country, even though he's 5'8", time after time. Let's go to Bob Fesco.
Guys, we're back with Dr. Brandon Martin, the Director of Athletics here at UMKC. And in the first half, we were talking about the student engagement. Now it's like, all right, how do we get Kansas City engaged? What do you have in mind?
Yeah, well, we want this to be Kansas City's team. And the first thing we have to do is we have to get out into the community. We have to go to the schools. We have to go to the churches. We have to go to the clubs. We have to go to the businesses. We have to have a presence in the city. And all we have to do is reach into our alumni base. We have 60% of our alums that live in this region, and they need to be engaged in what we're trying to get done.
How do you engage fans that have not been engaged for the last couple of years?
You have to sell the vision. You have to sell the vision on what we're trying to get accomplished. And there has to be some pride points. And it starts with the alumni, it starts with the students, and it starts with the community.
What is your vision for the overall athletic department here at UMKC?
Yeah, we want to have a top 100 program nationally across all 16 of our sports. But in basketball specifically, we want to have a top 50 team in the next 2 years.
How do you go about doing that?
Well, it starts with recruiting. We got to keep our kids home, and we got to build a fence around the city because there's so much talent in Kansas City. Starts with that, and we have to build the infrastructure, things like, the graphics and maybe on-campus arena.
I'd like to see that coming in the future. Yeah. Dr. Martin, we appreciate the time. A lot going on at UMKC, and the fan engagement from the city is vitally important, guys, to the success of the program.
Thank you, Bob. Michael, I know that's music to your ears.
Yeah,
we'll talk
sure.
about that in a second, about keeping them home here and building a fence around it. How about a Lear League tonight on senior night? Let's go through the highlights here.
The big fellas coming out ready to rock and roll tonight on senior night. So special to have his younger brother here who played at Southern Illinois, but he got it going early from the outside. Hand down, man down. Out to Mark Jackson right there. And he kept it going 3 for 3 in the first half from long range, and their timely big threes of UMKC or UTRGV was making a run, and he was able to knock those down right here. Knock tonight to the old guy. Yeah, play that 2-3 times. A Lear League, man. When you go out, you got to go out just like that.
Here's Bishop at the free throw line with the first. Now, Damon, I know you haven't seen as many UMKC games as Michael and I have, but that finish by Bishop, we wouldn't have been shocked whatsoever if that ball would have found the well with that right hand, and he's left-handed now.
Yeah, you got to be.
That is a money shot for him.
Yeah, when you're 5'8" and you're his size, you have to find a way to finish in and around bigger players. And a lot of times, a lot of guards, they figure that out at an early age, and that's why they're special playing at this level. And he's doing what he does as the lead scorer here.
Here goes Jackson. That shot, no. Leak battling. And finally, it's on the deck. It's a kick ball and will stay with UTRGV. And to that point, he found out at an early age, he went to Lamphere High School, and he's the all-time leading scorer. And you know who went there? Andre Iguodala. So Michael and I like to say that X got Iggy with it.
He got Iggy with it. So that means he went to high school, the same high school as Frank Iguodala, who I coached at the University of Dayton.
I knew you could work it and weave it into something about you and your territory.
Yeah,
nice
it's
going.
Illinois, Champaign, Illinois.
There you go. In the lane and hanging is Bowie as they fight on the glass out of bounds, and it stays with UTRGV with 6:18.
I really like the defensive intensity that the Roos are putting on right now. UTRGV is having a tough time in and around that basket and finishing.
Brandon Suggs in there fighting inside too at 6'8". On the deck, Bishop with the rebound. So finally, after all that fussing and scuffling and whatever up above the rim, it was the 5'8" guy.
Yeah, cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, down at knee level. And there's a foul on Jackson out high on McKissick. Yeah. And that's the 8th team foul, so McKissick headed to the line 1-1.
Yeah, with a 10-point lead here for the Roos. Now it seems that UTRGV is starting to press the issue here down defensively, trying to overplay, unlike their position for possession defense. Now they're trying to shoot the passing lanes because of the lead right now and only 6 minutes left.
And BMAC now 19 in the game. Jamel Allen will check in after the free throw. Missing that.
His mom not gonna like that one.
Nope, she's not. She liked everything up until that point, though. He hit
like
4 in a row.
She put that in her mental notes.
There's B-Mac locking up on Levi. That's a good matchup. That foul's going to be on Bishop.
That was good defense.
Yeah, that made it tough. That was, hey.
He created the contact.
Yeah, the official probably bailed him out on that one. He went to that float, that runner. That was a runner right there. Tough angle for a runner, though.
Now that's his second foul on Brandon McKissick. Levi with the first one. Levi with 13 tonight. Allen checks in. Leak is out. Whitfield back in. McKissick is out. And actually that on McKissick is his third foul. So the scoreboard wrong. He's got 3 fouls tonight. And Levi with another one. Really upped his game now as a sophomore.
Good rebound. Good rebound by Rob Whitfield. Going after that one.
Bishop out high. 7 points tonight. Going to the rim. And it's thrown away. Ahead of the pack now is Levi.
Easy, coast to coast, Levi. You got to take care of the ball. Still a lot of time left for UMKC. You have to stay aggressive on the offensive end and get good shots.
Yeah. Got to eliminate those live ball turnovers where it leads to 2 easy points.
In the corner, Allen. And Jackson steals it. Just took it away from him.
That's 2 in a row for UMKC.
And Levi again. That was swatted by Nesbitt, I think. That was either him or Suggs. There goes Bishop, leaving it back to Whitfield. Nice pass to Suggs. And it would have counted. He'll go to the line.
Move. That was a good find by Rob Whitfield.
It was.
Take a look at it right here. X is going to push the tempo right here. Get stuck in the air. Rob Whitfield uses a pump fake. And Suggs is kind of like, oh, man, I got it open.
And look what I found
That's
here.
It, yeah.
He found a little cash in the cushion.
That's right. The little quarters in the cushion.
Yeah, he found a little cash in the cushion. Some unexpected little change,
Brandon Suggs a couple games ago had 11 points, 13 rebounds. He's been playing better lately. Free throw line's been a struggle this season, but he's been improving there.
Yeah, he really has. He's been playing well. He's been a force for UMKC. And when you get him and Dixon going, I mean, you better watch out. It's all about putting these guys playing well at the right time and understanding what they can do, their own ability, and playing with that confidence.
10-point lead, Kansas City. This is Gaillet up top to Jackson. Jackson into the lane, hanging and scoring. That's a nice move.
He got the best trot back I think I've seen in so long.
He's smooth.
Yeah, he's
just smooth.
You can tell he's a track guy, though. You can tell like he's done some type of track workout to something. The way he runs, he glides.
He does glide to the hoop. Very
he's got some cool to him.
Oh yeah, got a little bit of swag to him.
Yep.
Okay. Better be if your mom in the Hall of Fame.
And there's a steal by Levi, the top steal guy in the country, or second in the country, top in the league, and he's got 17. And don't look now, but this lead is now whittled down to 6.
So active, man. So active. 6-point lead, 3:50 remaining. You got to take care of the basketball.
Cruz with a timeout. Levi now has 3 steals in the game, so 96 steals on the season. Man, you look at that, even at, whatever point in the season, you see 96 steals.
Yeah, he just plays that passing lane so well, the anticipation, and he just gets out. That is his 3rd one tonight already with the steal. That's his 3rd steal tonight, so he's right on the season average.
Let's go over to Bob.
Guys, I've got Jay Wilson, head of the UMKC Foundation, the newly, I guess, named president of the UMKC Foundation. So we'll go with that. You got one of the hardest jobs on campus, raising money, building facilities, moving programs forward. What's your number one goal right now?
Right now, with the new athletic director and with moving the games back to campus here, it's getting our fans out and, most importantly, getting to support athletics. So we're going to be launching the RU Athletic Fund pretty soon. We just want our fans to come out, help us invest in the program, and really get UMKC turned around and athletically let this be Kansas City's basketball program.
Everybody keeps saying that. You've been around Kansas City as long as I have, so you know what it was like under the old days, playing at Muni and everybody kind of involved in the program. How do we get back to getting it to that level where everybody was involved in UMKC?
Nights like tonight are a good start. We've got our first slot of the season. This is a great atmosphere. The students are liking it. The crowd's liking it. So just consistent nights like this. So we want folks to come out, enjoy the program, and help get this program turned around and back where we want to go, because basketball's fun, and there's room for more than a few teams in Kansas City other than our other teams. So it's a good time.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Your boss, Dr. Martin, said, hey, maybe a new on-campus basketball facility. So you got some money to go out there and raise for that.
You know what? If things go well, we'd love to have it on this campus. Obviously, that's a few years away. But, yeah, a new arena would be great. So let's hope so.
Well, Jay, we appreciate it. Good luck. Go out there and earn that money, my man.
Very much. Go Roos.
You got it. There's Jay Wilson. He's head of the UMKC Fund here on campus. Send all your checks to this guy.
Thank you, Bob, and that's great to hear talk like that. You hear Dr. Martin, Michael, talking about being a top 50 program, then a top 25. After that, he's got big ideas, and it takes funds. But I know you like bringing the games back on campus.
It takes funds, but it takes someone having the wherewithal to go out there and make that the goal. I mean, that's the – oh, wow.
Wow, clear out.
It takes someone to say, hey, this is what we want to do, and then bring in the pieces to start to do that. And so I would love to see an on-campus arena. But like you said, it's more important to get the fans back out here, get them excited about UMKC basketball, start recruiting, more local guys to come and bring their fan base with them. And then more importantly than anything is winning basketball.
There goes Jackson, his second hammer tonight.
Straight down Main Street.
Man.
You know what happens when the only things that go down Main Street now?
What's that?
Parades.
Okay.
And he had a parade on the rim right there.
All right. It's a 4-point ball game right now. And here is X getting a piece of the lane, kicking it back out to McKissick. Nice move, McKissick in the lane. Dixon the rebound.
And one. That should have been an and one right there. A lot of contact, but no call. But good, strong move by Dixon.
Yeah, Johnny on the spot right there.
That was a nice dribble drive by BMAC that time, because you saw Levi lurking.
Yep.
He was going to pick him if he came back the other way.
Yeah, 3 people converged on BMAC, and Dixon was able to clean it up on the other side off of the miss.
And listen to the crowd getting into it. Yelling defense. They know this is an important stop right here if they can get it.
Oh, Bowie from downtown.
That was a big 3. Cut that lead to 3. A 1-possession game with 2.5 remaining.
He's got 9 points, all on threes. And both teams shooting it very well from the 3-line tonight. UMKC is shooting 52% from 3, and UTRGV 50%. Bishop had it blocked out of bounds. 8 on the shot clock.
Oh, man, that was a great job going straight up in the air by UTRGV. But penetration down the lane. Oh, my goodness. He looked right in the camera and said, you saw what I just did. And on the other end, Dixon, good job of getting the rebound and putting it back.
Giles needs to be aware of the shot clock here. Now BMAC all the way to the rim and draws the foul.
Yeah.
Nice drive by Brandon McKissick.
Yeah, Javon Levi kind of rode him, put a saddle on him, and then thought BMAC was a horse.
So McKissick to the line. 3-point ball game, 2:04 left.
If McKissick makes these 2 free throws, it's a 2-possession basketball game. So UTRGV has to figure out a way to stretch this game out with it only being 2 minutes left in this basketball game. Stretch it out and get more possessions, because advantage Rouge right now with this, even though it's a 1-possession game, could be a 2-possession game if he knocks this one down.
And BMAC with the second. Two-possession ball game. 20 points tonight for Brandon McKissick. Here's Wynn. Dumping it inside to Varner. Giles keeps him out of there.
Good help by Dixon down low.
Wynn. Foul on the floor. And he's taken some hard falls tonight. The foul happened before that. It's a 1-and-1 because the foul was on the floor. 9th team foul on Kansas City. The 4th foul on Danny Dixon.
Yeah, I think he got kneed in his thigh.
So Wynn, a tough guy, will shake that off. His dad, Terry Wynn Jr., is a firefighter.
Oh,
so
there you go.
You know how they got him to, well, after he announced he was transferring, his coach in high school at West Wind Prep was Jay Stedman. Well, Jay Stedman's an assistant coach at UTRGV, so for Coach Hill, and how about that? And also Tyson Smith, who transferred from Loyola, also went to West Wind Prep.
Oh, man.
So a little connection there. You guys know how that stuff works,
right?
Right?
You know how it works, man. Oh, 5-second count
That
here.
was fast.
That was.
That was a
Flips
quick
it
5
back
seconds.
over. 2-point lead with 1:47.
That was faster than Usain Bolt run to 40.
That was.
Wasn't it?
Lob it into Wynn, and another foul. And that's Danny Dixon's 5th foul. He's out of the ball game.
Wow.
And now Wynn can go to the line and tie this game with 1:46.
Right now, UTRGV has got 1 goal and 1 goal only. To take the ball to the basket. And they're running their whole offense through Terry Wynn III right now.
Terry Wynn, over 12 points a game on the season, about 5 rebounds. He's a 70% free throw shooter, and the way he plays, you might think he'd get to the line a lot. He's been there 151 times coming into the game tonight. And here's Nesbitt checking back in as Dixon has fouled out with the 7 points. His lead was 10 at halftime. The Roos never able to get much out into that double-digit lead. And UTRGV has kept closing and closing, and now with another free throw, they can tie this ball game.
Yeah, the Roos got stretched out with a couple threes here. Nice transition plays. But UTRGV has maintained an arm's length.
Tied at 68, and Jackson stole it.
Gotta take care of the basketball. And Nesbitt can handle the basketball. I don't know why he's looking ahead. You gotta have confidence in your ability to break the press.
And the turnovers are mounting now in Kansas City. That's 15 turnovers. Wynn from outside has 20.
Oh, man.
And UTRGV has the lead, which they have not had in quite some time.
That was a sweet one right there.
Bishop draws the foul and will go to the line.
Yeah, for great move there by Xavier Bishop to manufacture himself a foul. But Terry Wynn on the other end, he saw the ball go through the hoop 2 possessions in a row via the free throw line. And anytime you're a scorer, and Mike knows this, if you're a scorer, you see it goes through a couple times, you start thinking that you can hit anything.
And here's Bishop. 78% on the season from the free throw line. We'll look to tie here. Alir Leak checks in. And out goes Giles. UTRGV had a 1-point lead early on in the first half until claiming the lead on those 2 free throws by Wynn. Now Bishop goes right back at him and ties the game. Bishop with 9.
And you're going to see UTRGV is going to call a timeout, but it's going to be something for Terry Wynn coming out of this timeout. He's going to touch that basketball. It's going to go through his hands.
What's Coach Richardson thinking about here, Michael? They got to go on the defensive end with 107 left and the ball game tied at 70 here at home.
Well, he's a defensive coach, and so this is something that he's not shying away from, and he's telling his guys, hey, we have to get a couple of stops to win this game. All right, this one right now is the most important. And then on the offensive end, stay playing downhill. Whenever they get to the half court and they start to think about basketball and thinking about what they do instead of just reacting, that's when they turn the basketball over. And so Coach Richardson is imploring his guys to say, hey, stay doing what we're doing. Basketball is a game of runs. UTRGV is a good team. They weren't just going to give up and run and walk away when they're down 10. They're going to battle back. So now it's your turn to pull it out here at the end.
And Damon, on the other side, UTRGV in that huddle, they've had success going to win the last few times down. What do you look for them to do here?
Well, I think they're going to give them the same recipe that they've been giving them every time down, that same medicine. So you look for when to get it, but they have to be ready for the counter about what the Roos going to do. Will they bring a double? Will they play him straight up? Well, if they play him straight up, then it's a little tough. It might be him going a little bit, a couple dribbles, and then he's kicking it out, and then they're going to, drive it off the swing. So it's going to be interesting. But I know this shot is going to probably be taken in the paint by UTRGV.
And the Vaqueros, after leading briefly by 1 point in the first half, took the lead, and now it's tied. There's Wynn inside, wide open Foreigner, and they got what they wanted.
Oh, yeah.
And also the foul that goes against Alir Leak.
I didn't see the foul. Take a look at it right here. Good backdoor cut. Oh, it wasn't he called it like as if Alir Leak hit him on the head, but he really didn't touch him at all. But a big foul. He'll go to the line and try to make it a 3-point lead.
Yeah, that foul was like guilty by association.
This is Farner Jr. at the line, and he has given UTRGV a 3-point lead with that free throw.
Yeah, big possession here for the Roos.
And you don't need a 3 right now. A lot of time, but you got to go.
Levi is a tough guard, and Bishop lost it. And give that one to Levi. He was all up in Xavier Bishop as he was handling the ball.
Still a lot of time left. You don't need to foul. About a 7-second differential shot clock to game clock. But you got to get a stop right here if you want to win this game and have another opportunity on the offensive end.
Levi dumps the pass inside. Varner!
Yeah, you can't get caught ball watching.
Bishop on the step back. That one short. Rebound UTRGV, and that will do it. My goodness. Kansas City led for almost the entire game and had nice margins of 9 points most of the second half. But UTRGV, like we talked about, this is a team that's in incredible condition, the way they play, and they brought that out in the second half and done what they have done many times this season.
Yeah, they went to their true identity late in the game, getting the ball into Terry Wynn, using the defensive pressure of Javon Levi, and that ended up being the recipe that kind of did the Roos in tonight after leading for pretty much about 37, 38 minutes of this basketball game.
Michael?
Yeah, I mean, it really was. UMKC, you got to know how to finish games. You have to know how to close out games. And UMKC, still a young team, but they gave it away on the defensive end, which is not something that they don't normally do. They normally are very stout when they play on the defensive end, but the last 2 possessions, backdoor, so you get caught ball watching, and then that costs you the game. Xavier Bishop coming down on the offensive end has to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. And we were said that so much in the second half, saying you got to value possessions, value the basketball. And credit to UTRGV, they came in here and they never gave up. Like you said, they led literally the entire game. I mean, we're behind the entire game. So the last 2.5 minutes, and came back and pulled it out.
And Michael, when you watch them play like they did, they played well enough, obviously, to win the game tonight and play down the stretch to do well in the tournament. So tough one tonight for UMKC. It's UTRGV that wins at 75-70. Guys, it was fun tonight. For Damon Bethea, Michael Watson, and also Bob Fesco on the sideline, this is Neil Harwell. We'll see you next time on the Rouge Network. Good night, everybody.